Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our English Learning channel. We are absolutely delighted to have you here with us today for another deep dive into advanced English conversation.
Hello, friends. It is wonderful to see you all again. We hope you are having a productive week. Today, we are tackling a topic that is not only very important, but also affects almost every single person watching this video.
That is right. In fact, there is a very high chance that you are watching this video on the exact device we are going to talk about, your smartphone.
Today, we are discussing social media habits and the specific modern vocabulary that has emerged from the digital world. The internet has changed how we speak, and if you want to sound like a native speaker in 2024, you need to know these words.
Exactly. Have you ever stayed up until 2 a.m. looking at bad news on your phone, unable to sleep?
Or have you ever felt a sudden wave of jealousy because everyone else looks like they are having a perfect life on Instagram while you are sitting at home in your pajamas?
If you said yes to any of those questions, then this lesson is specifically for you. We are going to teach you viral phrases like doom scrolling, the rabbit hole, clickbait, and the difference between FOMO and JOMO.
These are viral words for a viral world. So grab a notebook and a pen, get comfortable, and let's jump right into our conversation.
You know, Speaker 2, I have to be honest with you. I'm feeling absolutely exhausted today. I can barely keep my eyes open. I feel like a zombie.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Did you have a busy day at work yesterday? Or maybe you were working late on a project?
No, not at all. To be honest, it was entirely my own fault. I actually got into bed at a reasonable time, around 10 p.m., but I didn't actually go to sleep until 1 a.m.
Let me guess, you were on your phone.
You guessed it. I made the mistake of checking my notifications just for 1 minute before sleeping, but it wasn't 1 minute. I was glued to the screen for 3 hours.
Ah, the classic trap. You fell down the rabbit hole.
I really did fall down the rabbit hole, and the worst part is it wasn't even happy content. I started by watching a video about the economy, then I clicked on a video about climate change, and then about crime rates. I just couldn't stop.
There is a very specific modern word for that behavior. It is called doom scrolling.
Doom scrolling? That sounds quite terrifying. Can you explain that word a bit more?
Of course, it is a combination of two words. Doom, which means death, destruction, or a terrible fate, and scrolling, which is the action of moving your finger up the screen. So doom scrolling is when you compulsively surf through bad news, even though it makes you feel sad, anxious, or depressed.
That is a perfect description of what I was doing. It felt like a bad habit. I knew it was bad for my mental health, but my thumb just kept moving up and up. I couldn't look away.
It is very common, Speaker 1. You have to remember that these apps are designed to be addictive. They are engineered to keep you looking. They give your brain a little hit of dopamine, even when the news is bad. It triggers a fight or flight response.
That makes sense. But it wasn't just the news. After I finished reading the bad news, I switched apps. I went on Instagram and saw my friends from university. They are currently on vacation in Italy.
Oh, Italy is beautiful. But let me guess, seeing their photos didn't make you happy?
Not at all. They looked so happy eating pasta and drinking wine in Rome, and there I was, lying in the dark, tired and bored. I felt a little bit jealous. I felt like my life was boring compared to theirs.
That feeling you experienced is the textbook definition of FOMO.
FOMO? Is that a word?
It is an acronym. It stands for fear of missing out. It's that anxious, insecure feeling you get when you think other people are having more fun, earning more money, or living better lives than you.
I definitely had a severe case of FOMO last night. So let me get this straight. I was doom scrolling through bad news, and then I was suffering from FOMO because of my friends' vacation photos. No wonder I'm so tired and grumpy today.
It sounds like a toxic combination. But before we continue the story, I think we should pause here. You used some excellent vocabulary in that story, and I want to make sure our viewers fully understand these expressions.
That's a great idea. Let's break them down one by one. The first phrase I used was glued to the screen.
Yes, this is a very visual idiom. Obviously, we do not use actual glue like you would use in art class.
No. Imagine if I put super glue on my face and stuck it to the phone. That would be incredibly painful and dangerous.
Exactly. Glued to simply means you are focusing so hard on something that you cannot look away. It implies that it is difficult to leave. You can be glued to the TV, glued to a book, or in modern times, glued to your smartphone.
Here is an example sentence for our listeners. During the World Cup final, everyone in the bar was glued to the television.
Excellent example. The next phrase was to fall down the rabbit hole. This is a very interesting idiom because it comes from literature.
Yes, it comes from the famous story Alice in Wonderland. In the story, Alice chases a rabbit and falls down a deep hole into a magical, crazy, and confusing world.
Precisely. In modern English, specifically when talking about the internet, going down a rabbit hole means you start researching one topic and you get lost in it. You click one link, then another, and suddenly 3 hours have passed.
It usually implies that you ended up somewhere very different from where you started. For example, I went on Wikipedia to check the date of a battle, and I fell down a rabbit hole reading about ancient cooking recipes for 2 hours.
That happens to me all the time. Now, let's look at the viral word of the year, doom scrolling.
We already mentioned that doom implies a terrible situation, so doom scrolling is the act of consuming negative content endlessly. It's important to note that this is a relatively new word. It became very popular during 2020.
Yes, if you want to stop this, you need to be aware of it. You can ask yourself, am I learning something useful or am I just doom scrolling?
And finally, FOMO. We pronounce this as a word, FOMO. We do not usually say the letters FOMO.
Correct. FOMO is that social pressure. But Speaker One, I want to ask you something. Do you think your friends in Italy are having a perfect time every single minute?
Well, probably not. They might be tired, or they might have lost their luggage, or maybe the pasta was cold.
Exactly. Social media is a highlight reel. It's like a movie trailer. People only show the best parts of their lives. They don't show the arguments, the stress, or the boredom.
That is a very healthy way to look at it. Comparing my behind the scenes to their highlight reel is not fair.
Precisely. Now, there is another aspect of social media that keeps us awake at night. It's not just the friends in the news, it's the headlines. Have you ever seen a video title like, "You won't believe what happened next?" Or, "This one trick will make you rich"?
Oh, I see those everywhere, and I always click on them even though I know I shouldn't.
That is called clickbait.
Clickbait. That is a great compound noun. Click is what you do with your mouse or finger, and bait is food you put on a hook to catch a fish.
Exactly. You are the fish. The content creator is the fisherman. They write a shocking or exaggerated headline to bait you into clicking. Usually the actual content is disappointing.
I hate clickbait. It feels so dishonest. Sometimes I click on a video because of the title, and the video has nothing to do with it.
And when you get into the comment section of those videos, it can be even worse. Have you ever encountered a troll?
Not a monster under a bridge, right? We're talking about internet trolls.
Correct. An internet troll is someone who posts controversial, mean, or offensive comments just to make other people angry. They don't actually believe what they are saying. They just want a reaction.
They want attention. We have a saying in English, don't feed the trolls.
That is great advice. It means simply ignore them. If you reply to them, you are giving them the food, attention that they want.
There is another term for people who are very aggressive online. We call them keyboard warriors.
Oh, I like that one. A keyboard warrior is someone who acts very tough and aggressive on the internet, but in real life, they are probably very quiet and would never say those things to your face.
They hide behind their screens. So we have trolls, keyboard warriors, clickbait, doom scrolling, and FOMO. The internet sounds like a stressful place, doesn't it?
It really does. It is no wonder you are tired, Speaker One. You spent your night in a digital war zone.
So we have identified the problem. I am addicted to my phone, I have FOMO, I fall for clickbait, I am exhausted. What is the solution? How do I fix this?
You need to take action. You need a digital detox.
A detox? That sounds like a health trend, like drinking only green juice and eating kale salads for a week.
It is a similar concept, but for your brain, not your stomach. A digital detox is a period of time where you intentionally do not use electronic devices. No phone, no computer, no tablet.
That sounds incredibly difficult. How long do I have to do it? A week? A month? I would lose my job.
No, you don't have to disappear forever. You can start small. You could do a mini detox. For example, maybe just 1 hour before bed. You need to unplug completely.
Unplug. I like that verb. It literally means to take the plug out of the wall, but metaphorically it means to disconnect from the digital network.
Exactly. Put your phone in a drawer. Put it in another room. Read a physical book with paper pages. Talk to a real person. Meditate.
But speaker two, here comes the anxiety again. What if I miss an important email? What if there's an emergency? What if my friends make plans without me?
That is the FOMO talking again. You need to retrain your brain. You need to replace FOMO with JOMO.
JOMO? Let me guess. Does the J stand for joy?
You got it. Joy of missing out.
I love the sound of that.
JOMO is the opposite of FOMO. It's that happy, peaceful feeling you get when you cancel plans, put on comfortable clothes, stay home, and just relax. It's the joy of being disconnected.
Oh, that sounds lovely. So instead of worrying about my friends in Italy, I should enjoy my comfortable bed, my quiet house, and the fact that I'm saving money?
Exactly. Embrace the JOMO. Be present in the moment. You don't need to be everywhere at once.
Some people I know decide to go cold turkey. Have you heard that phrase?
Yes, that is a very strong idiom used for addiction.